All right, what's worse than a president who can't remember basic facts without a note card? Well, that same president leading us in wartime. And it looks increasingly like the same incompetents who couldn't evacuate troops from Afghanistan want America directly at war with Russia. According to The Telegraph, NATO is developing multiple land corridors to rush U.S. troops and armor in the event of a major European ground war with Russia. American soldiers would land at one of the 5 ports and be channeled along pre-planned logistical routes to confront a possible Moscow attack. Joining me now is retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Davis, host of Daniel Davis Deep Dive. Colonel, I think all Americans need to be asking themselves tonight this question. As we head into the election, are you willing to send your sons and your daughters to fight on the front lines against Russia? Because that looks like this is what these people want.
It does. It mystifies me why anyone would even be thinking about, even taking any action that in any way would move us closer to that. And yet you see it happening on almost a daily basis right now. And look, I don't know if you've been aware, but just hours ago, Vladimir Putin came on and said, listen, you're using American weapons to funnel through Ukraine to attack our soil. Then we'll do the same thing. We'll use our weapons to your enemies, and they can attack you on your soil or on your interest somewhere in the world. And there's no reason to think he's bluffing on that. And why would we want to find out?
And I think we have the video. I want to play this comment from Anthony Blinken. Now, he made this comment about 5 days ago, and it began trickling out in the New York Times about U.S. weapons being used to bomb inside Russia. This is a change in U.S. policy. Watch.
Over the past few weeks, Ukraine came to us and asked for the authorization to use weapons that we're providing to defend against this aggression, including against Russian forces that are massing on the Russian side of the border and then attacking into Ukraine. That went right to the president. And as you've heard, he's approved the use of our weapons for that purpose.
Oh, yeah. First of all, what, did Biden sign that with a purple crayon? I mean, come on. First of all, Biden doesn't know what he's doing. Second of all, how big of a uptick in U.S. Response to Russia is that for people watching tonight?
Laura, I cannot tell you what a horrible idea this is. There is no upside, and there is potentially huge downside for the United States. But let me tell you what's been happening there. The Ukraine side has been using their weapons to attack on the Russian side for the better part of 2 years. They've been doing this long time, even deep into Russia. Russia's at war with Ukraine. That's kind of how war works. What isn't the same is if it's American weapons, especially if it's enabled by American capability, intelligence, or even personnel in some of these sophisticated cases striking in Russia. That's different. And that's what the administration is now has authorized. And there is no upside to this. It won't change the war. It won't help Ukraine win, but it could, as you see, draw us into the war. It's insane.